All right, guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is a little bit different. So I've been working on like my meal prepping and that kind of thing, and having that ready for the week so that I can eat a little healthier and also not spend $8 billion on eating out. And I thought I would share a recipe with you guys, do a recipe video. And what that recipe is I'm actually going to do hibachi on my Blackstone. And hibachi, at least in my opinion, is a pretty healthy meal. So I'm going to do this recipe and that'll get, 2 or 3 meals out of it for the week. So here we go. All right, so what we've got is I've went ahead and prepped everything. What I'm doing is teriyaki, steak, shrimp, and chicken. And so I've cut everything, as you can see, into, smaller pieces. And then I've seasoned it all. This is just shrimp, little shrimp, bought from the grocery store. So I've seasoned it all with this just generic, I don't even know how you pronounce that, adobo, all-purpose seasoning, and then some salt and pepper. I've got some teriyaki sauce here that I'm going to use, and then I've got soy sauce because I'm going to make fried rice. So I prepped the rice. I cooked this white rice. It's also got some carrots in it, and then I'm going to cook it with some eggs. Here's my pre-cut veggies that I'm going to use. Pretty colorful there. I've got onions, green peppers, red peppers, mushrooms, and some carrots. That's kind of what I like in my vegetables. I'm not a big like cucumber or zucchini kind of guy. So like those are the vegetables that I like to do with the hibachi. So this is the recipe, and we're going to take it outside and we're going to start cooking on the Blackstone. All right, guys, we're going to start with the fried rice. So I got a really hot grill here going. And I will say, I have to admit, I forgot one ingredient and I didn't realize we were out of it, but I don't have any butter. Normally, I would use some butter here, but it's just going to have to be oil. But I'm going to take the rice, dump it out here. And get it spread out. And just start the cooking process. And then what I'm going to do for my fried rice is I'm going to take my soy sauce, okay, and I'm going to add, I guess it helps if I take off the protective cap first. Okay, so we got my soy sauce. So I'm just going to dump a bunch of that into the rice here. So I got a bunch of soy sauce mixed in now. Gonna mix this up. And I'm going to cook this for a good a good 5 to 10 minutes. Keep mixing it up, stirring it around. Keep mixing that up, stirring that around, and then I'll come back to it and I'll add the eggs, and that'll be the finishing touches, and we'll finish up the fried rice. Like I said, just going to keep mixing this up real good. I don't remember if I mentioned it or not, but I added, so in the fried rice I like carrots. So I chopped those up and added that into the rice, and then I dumped it on the grill. By the way, this is my dog Lady. Everyone say hello to Lady in the comments. She's sitting here begging for me to drop something. Alright guys, so I think the rice is ready for me to add the eggs. I just like to get the rice to where it's kind of got a crisp to it. And then I'm no chef by any means, so I'm just going to crack these eggs here. And then what I'm going to do is kind of make them scrambled eggs, right? I'm going to let the eggs cook a little bit before I start mixing it in. My grill, by the way, is on high. I keep it on high pretty much this entire time. So it's going to cook things pretty quickly. Okay, I got a pretty good scrambled egg going here, so now I'm going to start mixing it all together. For this amount of rice, I use 3 eggs, which honestly might be a little low. I like a lot of eggs in my rice. It's not bad. It could have used maybe one more. That's the nice thing about this kind of thing is really you guys can be kind of creative in how much you use or how much you want to use. You know, I'm doing this to make several meals for the week. You could do one serving where you got a small thing of rice, you got a small thing of different meats, and it's just one meal, or it's a dinner. This is looking pretty good. Alright, this is done and ready. I'm going to take my big grill scoop here and get this all into this container. There's some food for Lady. Alright, it looks pretty good. I'm going to get the grill cleaned up and I'm going to get it prepped and ready for our meats. Alright guys, so before I do the meats, I'm actually going to do the grilled vegetables. So I've got the grill cleaned up here. Just going to kind of spread some of this oil around. And I am gonna do add the teriyaki sauce onto the vegetables as they cook. So again, the vegetables, I've got onion, green peppers, mushrooms, and some chopped up carrots, red peppers. And these I'm just gonna cook them down. And I want to get them cooked pretty good, and then I'll add the teriyaki sauce and kind of finish them off at the end. Man, that smells amazing. So I took a bite of the fried rice off camera. Sorry I cheated on you. Just had the taste test, and it's really good. It's got a nice little crisp to it, and good soy sauce amount. It was tasty, so that's very exciting. And man, I wish you could smell this through the camera. The peppers and the onions, and just, oh, it smells so good cooking on the grill. This will be similar to the rice. It doesn't quite take as long, probably 5 minutes or so. We'll just keep spreading this out and moving it around and get the vegetables cooked down. So on my vegetables, guys, I have not used any seasoning. I didn't put any seasoning on the vegetables, no salt and pepper, nothing. I really only seasoned the meat. And I think from the flavor of the fried rice, the flavor of the teriyaki sauce, and then how the meat is seasoned, I really don't need any seasoning on the vegetables or on the fried rice. You can actually season both of those things, but I don't want to go overboard on the seasoning. So I'm not going to season the vegetables or the fried rice. Guys, one little tip that I will give you is you don't want to put teriyaki sauce on your vegetables or your meats too early, because once you put the teriyaki sauce on, it's really hard to look at it and see just how cooked it is. So I like to kind of wait until the last minute when I know the food is cooked, and then I'll finish it off in the teriyaki sauce. Let's say we got another couple minutes on the vegetables here. Alright guys, we're at a point now where I feel like the vegetables are cooked to my liking, or done where I want them to be at this point. So I'm going to add some teriyaki sauce. I'll put some right here in the middle, but I'm really just going to pour it all over the vegetables. And soy sauce and teriyaki sauce, like, it's one of those things where it's just really up to you how much you want to use. I love teriyaki flavor, and I'm a big sauce guy, so I really like using a lot of sauce. And all I'm doing right now is, now that I put the sauce on, I'm just kind of letting it cook down. Letting it kind of cook onto the vegetables. Get all that flavor soaked in. Just let this cook for another minute and we'll be done. So again, I'm going to take my big spatula so I can scoop them up and put them back into the bowl. And again, guys, man, it smells amazing. Alright guys, we've got our grilled vegetables. I'm going to clean the grill up one more time and get it prepped for our meats, and then we'll be done. Alright guys, so I got my grill cleaned up and prepped and ready now for the meats. I'm going to start with the chicken. The chicken is what takes the longest to cook out of the 3 meats. So I'm going to start with the chicken, and once the chicken gets close to done, I'll add the steak, and then lastly I'll add the shrimp, because the shrimp doesn't take long at all. And steak I like a medium rare, so I don't like to overcook that. So I get my chicken on the grill. I want to get it kind of spread out so it can cook. Again, it's seasoned and prepped, cut into like bite-sized pieces. Alright guys, so your chicken is going to take probably about 10 minutes to cook thoroughly. So we're just kind of letting it cook on one side, and then we'll flip them over and cook it on the other side, and we'll work it around, get it cooked, and then we'll add the teriyaki sauce at the end. Alright guys, so I've got my chicken turned over. One side is cooked pretty good. Now I'm cooking the other side. And now that I'm at this point with the chicken, I'm going to add my steak and get my steak started here on the other half of the grill. Again, I like a medium rare steak. So I definitely don't want to overcook it. And again, the steak this is a Kansas City strip, 2 Kansas City strips. It's pre-seasoned and cut up into pieces, so it should be delicious. So I gotta be honest, and I just cheated again, and I took a bite of the grilled vegetables. Delicious. The flavor is so good. This is such a good meal, like delicious and like high on protein, low on carbs. You got your fried rice, but it's not terrible. And it's not that hard to make. I don't know if you guys are anything like me, but chicken kind of weirds me out a little bit. It's like the one food that I don't like undercooked. So I do have a meat thermometer here. And I know this isn't done, but I just kind of want to test it. And yeah, that's about 10 degrees short of being done. This is a nice thermometer. It actually tells you on the back like what your temperature needs to be at. So for poultry, it says 165, and like that piece right there was like 155. Okay, the chicken's been sitting on both sides. So I'm just gonna kind of stir it up and mix it up. I'm looking for pieces that maybe don't look that cooked. Like this piece right here, right there, it doesn't look very cooked, so I'm actually going to try to get it on that side. Just make sure it's getting thoroughly cooked. You don't want any pieces of meat sitting on top of other pieces because then it's not getting cooked. My steak's been on the one side for a little while, in a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and get these flipped over. Alright, we're going to test a couple pieces of this chicken again. It's getting pretty close to being done. Yeah, most of these look like they're done. I always try to test like the thicker pieces because those are the ones I want to make sure that are thoroughly cooked. Now that my chicken is pretty much done, I'm going to kind of push it to the side and I'm going to add the teriyaki sauce. And guys, again, I'm pretty generous with it, but I still have plenty of sauce left for the steak and the shrimp. Now I'm just going to kind of let this cook down. And again, soak into the chicken and really get that flavor. The steak is almost done also. I'm going to move it around a little bit. I've grilled steak like my entire life. I don't need to temperature check it. I just eyeball it. That's just me. That's another thing, guys. You can do all this and not use teriyaki sauce. It doesn't have to be teriyaki hibachi. It could be no sauce or your own different sauce that you might want to use. This is just what I like. I know a lot of people like that yum yum sauce. I'm not a big fan of it. So you'll see once all this is done, I'm not going to add anything to it. Like, it is done, it is sauce, and it is delicious. I'm going to let this cook for just another minute or two, and I'm going to get the shrimp added on. So guys, the shrimp is pre-cooked, no shell, no tail. So it literally only takes a couple minutes of just, you're basically just heating it up and seasoning it and getting that teriyaki on there. So the shrimp is really fast. And actually, while the shrimp is cooking, I'm going to get this meat off the grill. By the way, guys, this is a clean new bowl I'm going to put all the meat in. I'm not going to reuse the bowls that the raw meat was in. I don't want any cross-contamination. Trying really hard not to drop one single piece of this because, oh my gosh, it's amazing. From the chicken and the steak, there's already some teriyaki on here, but I'll add more in a minute. Kind of clean this up a little bit. Almost lost it. We'll do the hibachi, guys, right? Where they do the, you know, they smash it and they're like, hey, hey, catch it in your mouth. Here you go. You guys ready? That's for lady. All right, like I said, the shrimp doesn't take long, so we're just going to add some teriyaki sauce to finish this off. And see, guys, look, I didn't even use a whole bottle. There's still about this much left in there. I'm just going to let this finish off and cook down a little bit. All right, the shrimp are done. We'll add them in here. By the way, guys, this was a package of chicken breasts. It had 3 chicken breasts in it. I don't know the exact weight. It was 2 8-ounce Kansas City strips. And then this was 1 bag of frozen pre-cooked shrimp. So that's the amount of meat that I used for the ingredients. All right, guys, we're gonna plate this up. I'm gonna start off with a little bit of the fried rice here. And there's nothing wrong at all with mixing some of this together. I don't care if my food touches. Here's our grilled veggies. So good. And then now I'm just gonna do several different meats here. Get my chicken, my steak, and my shrimp. Depending on how you do it, you're probably going to come out with more chicken than you do anything else. But guys, there we go. Look at that. Fresh, homemade hibachi. All right, guys, the video would not be complete if I didn't shove some of this into my face on camera, right? So let's try a piece of steak. That is delicious. I'm sorry, but that is delicious. We get a piece of shrimp with some veggies. See, the flavor is so good. You don't need all the seasoning on the veggies and the fried rice. Okay, a piece of chicken and we'll be good. It's so well seasoned and that teriyaki sauce is really good. All right, guys. Sorry. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in today. Let me know if you like this video, if you want to see me do more recipes. and we'll see you on the next one.